Imposter Syndrome. Does it sound familiar? So many aspiring coaches, change makers, at one point, sooner or later, really struggle with that sense of not being enough, not being credible enough, not being competent enough coach in their change maker journey. And in this video, I'd like to share with you some, I would say, golden seven tips that would enable you to coach yourself to reframe that mindset and start thinking in a way that next time when you coach that client, you actually feel that you are in the right place, you take ownership, you stand in your truth, and you actually genuinely feel that you are good enough. And as a result, you deliver absolutely phenomenal transformation for your clients. First thing, accept it. Accept it and approach with very curious mind rather than with self-judgment. Because very often when we are aware of those thoughts and what that inner critic is actually saying, we kind of beat ourselves up for it. We feel bad about the fact that we are even thinking this to ourselves. So I encourage you to approach it with compassion, with openness, and with this mindset, I really would like to understand where this is all coming from and really learn to change it. So let's start there. Second thing is to really learn to distinguish that you are not your thoughts. You see, imposter syndrome is composed of thoughts. So think of, okay, what is exactly that I hear in my mind? Perhaps this can resonate. How can I coach someone, helping them with problems I still have? Who am I to be that coach? Who am I to be that guide and that role model for them? I'm not good enough to be that. Does that sound familiar? But when you understand the fact that you are not really able to predict what your next thought is, and that inner observer in you kind of see and is aware of what is that you think, you start to really understand that you are not your thoughts, you are not your feelings, and you are not your behavior. And because you are not your inner story, why not changing that story to something that is really helpful? So step number 3 is change your inner story. So what kind of thoughts you can think instead? Perhaps I am on the learning journey with my client. I know enough for where I am. I cannot know more if I didn't yet learn the lessons that will enable me to be better and be more, right? If you are the smartest person in the room, you are in the wrong room. Say to yourself, I am excited about learning new things. I don't need to attach myself to all the effort, all the accomplishment so far. I decide to detach from it so that instead of looking back, I look forward. I am confident around people smarter than me. I am seeking to be surrounded by people who are next level up so that I can learn. You see how different inner dialogue it is, how more empowering and how more really important, how more important to take yourself to the next level, yeah? So think forward, not think backwards. Next thing, elevate your self-concept. So think of the people that really inspire you, those thought leaders, those inspiring leaders. What kind of qualities they have that you admire so much? List them all. Then look at this. Does this remind you of someone? Yes, it is you. You are that leader. You have already those qualities. Some of them you have not realized you have, and some of them you need to develop or sharpen up. But this is literally reflection of you. You already hold up the mirror to yourself. Ask yourself a question. Who do I need to become for imposter to not affect me? And as you know, habits create your identity. So think of what is that you can do on a daily basis to support that new self-concept. Well, maybe gratitude list. Maybe think of why I will succeed. Journal on it and then voice record it and listen whenever you need it. Collect all those important things, testimonials, success stories, small messages that people send you, your gifts, your talents, your experience, your transferable skills in your lifetime, how they qualify you to be absolutely the best you can and you are right now. Because you know what? You do absolutely the best with the resources and knowledge you can today. You are perfect in what you know today. And this is not an excuse to just stop there. It is actually that triggering point, that motivation to, you know what, I can become better because I understand that in this moment I am the best, but tomorrow I can be better than I was yesterday. Tomorrow I can grow into being a better coach than I was yesterday. So approach it with that. Next step, shift your focus. You see, though this show is not about you, it's really not about me, because that's what happens when you are so overthinking in your thoughts. What happens when you have that one-on-one session with your client? Because of that overthinking, you are less present, you listen less, you cannot even deliver this phenomenal result you really would like, that amazing insight for your client, because you are too much in your head. You actually sabotage yourself. It's so much cost that you incur by engaging with that imposter voice inside you. But what you can do, you can shift that. Simply, whenever you see yourself overthinking on that session, instantly think to yourself, refocus, refocus, refocus. Yeah? And what else? Very important really step is to commit to being better, not just being as a better human. Being better and not being XYZ enough. Not being smart enough, smarter enough, or this enough, that enough. You see, understand that your fundamental belief, that core belief in your own enoughness is what decide on whether you ever will be feeling good enough as a coach or any sort of expert. Think about this. How can you feel ever good enough at this, good enough at that, if you fundamentally, under this, you are not feeling actually enough as human? This is this core underlying belief. And it's only, as you know, as a coach, when you actually work to understand that sense of worthiness, that then you are able to align that confidence in whatever you are doing with that sense of worthiness. Yeah? But commit to being better and growing, but with open heart and appreciation. There is so much more that I go through when I work one-on-one with clients, because all of this is self-coaching. Is however important, is a good start. But really, very often we can intellectually understand all that, but we kind of still feel unworthy, and on the heart level we feel is not integrated. And this is why really working with a coach is so powerful. I normally take my clients through very powerful processes of really helping you distinguish who you are, how you are you, and really what you are doing, and really working sometimes on revisiting those moments in life when your sense of worth actually started. If you are keen, if you really would like to work more on that, then I invite you to my free 45 minutes consultation. I leave you link below, and we can look into how we can help you build that solid belief in who you are and your ability to succeed as a coach expert. Thanks for listening. Bye for now.